Alright guys, so today I want to talk about a very important topic, and it's 3 questions you must ask in the recruitment process if you are hiring. Now, these are 3 extremely important questions today in late 2024, early 2025, and I believe these questions will be very relevant probably in the next 5 years or longer, to be honest. So let's get at it. First, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dimitri Nolan. I run NewConfig, which is legal, IT, sales, and finance search firm, a headhunting company organization based right outside of the Philadelphia area in the Huntington Valley. We've been in business for 12 years, have over 1.5 million in gross revenue, about 9 to 10 employees, and we're growing fast. And this is what we do all day, every day. We staff about 70 to 100 people every year. And we have a peephole into the jury when people are making their selection. When hiring managers are making a selection for candidates, and when candidates are making a selection, they want to be submitted for the client. We know why candidates want to be submitted. We know why candidates don't want to be submitted. And same thing we know about hiring managers. We know why they give offers to certain candidates and why they don't give it to other candidates. And they tell us why, because they want us to change the search up to meet more of their requirements. They tell us to avoid these certain people, get more of those other types of people, etc., etc. That is what we do, and that is the unique position we are in. So I can give you advice as a candidate, as a hiring manager, on what to do better and be more successful. So the 3 top questions you should be asking candidates as a hiring manager. So the first question you should be asking is, are you comfortable coming to the office daily or doing hybrid? Now, this question is not that important if you're doing a remote role, because the person's remote. They don't have to come to the office. But after COVID, it's late 24, early 25. It's been almost 4 or 5 years after COVID, and a lot of candidates don't want to come to the office. They want to be 100% remote, and a lot of companies want candidates in the office every single day. I don't know where you are, where you fit into that as a hiring manager, but if you want the person to be in the office 5 days a week, 4 times a week, 3 days a week, heck, even twice a week, that is a very important question you need to be asking them like right away in the first interview. There's usually 1 to 3 interviews. First one's usually a phone call. You should be asking them this, or a Google video. You should be asking this as one of the first questions, if not the first. Are you willing to come to our office daily? If the answer is no, stop. Don't talk to them. The rest of the questions don't really matter. Now, the next question is also very important, and it is, what is your minimum base salary requirements for this role? Now, usually this question is asked by the recruiter, whether it's an outside headhunting firm like us or an internal recruiter, or if it's a small company, you will be asking this on your first interview. It's a very important question. In many states and cities, localities, you're not allowed to ask by law anymore what the person is making. It's just not allowed. Now, in many localities, I would say the majority, 60% or 70%, you are allowed. Don't hold me on that number, but the majority of them, you are allowed to ask, mostly in the South and in central states, Midwestern states, what they're making. But in many localities, you're not. So to keep it safe, we don't ask any of our candidates that. We ask them what is their minimum base salary requirements. And if they are in the range that the hiring manager is willing to pay, then we continue the conversation. Now, you as a hiring manager, you should be asking them this, or your recruiter should be asking them in the first interview. What is your minimum base salary requirements? Because if they are too expensive, there's no point in talking to them. You're just wasting your time, because it doesn't matter how much skills they have or if they're a superstar in what they do. If they're just too expensive for you, you're not going to hire them. There's no reason to continue the conversation. Now, the third question that you should be asking them, which I think is extremely important, it is, what is your relationship with your current employer? Or if they're laid off or they left, what is your relationship with your past employer? These are very important questions, because if they have drama in their relationship, if they had bad history with their past employer or employers, guess what? They're gonna have something similar with yours. It's not guaranteed, but the past usually forebodes the future. So if they had drama, if they are bad-mouthing their past employer, it's a huge red flag that they might do that to you when you hire them. So I would definitely recommend that you take that into account, what the relationship is with their current or past employer, before you go forward with them. And to accentuate that point, if you see it as a red flag but you want to continue with them anyway, you should definitely do reference check. And references are people that the candidate chooses. You don't choose them. The candidate thinks these people are going to give good references. So if the recommendations from the references turn out to be so-so, subpar, or not great, then that's another huge red flag, and I don't encourage you to move forward with them. If they're bad-mouthing their current employer and they have bad references, those are huge 2 red flags. However, if they are not happy with their current employer, but the references turn out to be both or all 3 of them are fantastic, or at least 2 of them are fantastic. In this day, you don't really need 3 references, but at least 2 of them are fantastic, then you're set. Then you're good. Then it's your decision based on many other factors if you want to continue with that person. However, bad-mouthing your employer and having bad references are extremely bad things to have, bad factors in the candidate when you're making a decision. I don't care if they are a superstar in their skills. That is just my 2 cents. I hope this video has been very useful to you when you are making a decision on hiring. These are extremely important 3 questions you definitely need to ask. I hope I added value, and stay tuned for our next video.